Okay, so you came over to the house at 410 North Washington about 12:30. Tell us what you saw.
I went inside to go upstairs to get my mom's boyfriend, and I went upstairs and knocked, and he didn't answer, so I went back downstairs, and I turn around and I see a guy dragging a girl with by her feet with blood coming out of her mouth.
How much blood was coming out of her mouth?
Um, Not a lot, but not.
Did she look beat up?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay. Did she look blue? Was she
She looked like yellowish,
yellowish?
kinda.
Okay. Didn't look like she was alive maybe at the time.
Not really.
And he's dragging her down the steps at that point.
No, he's dragging her the out of his room, going up towards the steps.
Out of like their apartment.
Yeah.
Okay. What else did you see?
Well, after I saw that, I hurried up and ran out to my mom's to call the cops.
Were there other people around this guy? Was he dragging her by himself?
Yeah, by himself.
Did other people show up and then help him move the body?
Yeah, me and my mom saw two people go inside, and um, when the cops, and then we saw the two people help Aaron put the body in the bed.
So they brought her into an apartment, put her on a bed.
Yeah.
And then by the time, how different was the body when they took her out of the apartment compared to when you saw her?
When I saw her, she was like her normal self, like skinny. And then when she was taken out of the apartment, she looked like she was like 9 months pregnant.
Oh, so the authorities had already arrived by that point.
Yeah, after like it took them 20 minutes to get there, and then 20 minutes questioning us, so they didn't go get the body until like 40 to 50 minutes later.
So they maybe had determined she'd already expired by then, or
They
not.
didn't check on her.
So there's a possibility that they really hadn't even checked on her.
Yeah, because it took them 20 minutes to find where we were, and then they sat there and asked me questions for 20 minutes before they even went into the building.
And so then once they came and asked you some questions, then they called the paramedics who then came.
No, they went into room, the room where she was at, and knocked on the door, and no one was answering. And so, um, she, he like pushed open the door. The cop pushed open the door a little bit and saw that she wasn't breathing. And the cop told my mom to go look in the room and to make sure that this is the girl, and it was the right girl. And then they put Aaron in handcuffs and put him in a cop car, and then they were in there with like, and then the paramedics got there like 10 minutes later.
So from the time the cops showed up to the time the paramedics showed up was how long?
Probably like an hour.
So a whole hour between when the police first arrived to the time an ambulance finally got there where someone could help this person could have been an hour.
Yeah, so when I was there, she possibly could have been still alive, or she was just maybe killed right at that moment.
But the police can't really make that determination that the person is dead. I mean, you'd think that the police would go and see a person that needs medical attention, phone the paramedics instantly, would be my assumption.
Yeah, when they took her out, there was a breathing thing in her mouth, so maybe she was breathing when she left, but I don't know for sure.
Okay. What was Aaron's demeanor and all that as he was put in handcuffs? Was he freaking out? Was he combative, or was he just compliant with the officers?
Um, well, he was sitting in the car, but he has schizophrenia, so he like was moving around a lot in the car, and then the cop talked to the like opened up the door and talked to Aaron, and he said he was fine.
Okay.
Hilton is the manager of those, and Aaron called Hilton and said, "I just killed my girlfriend, ha ha ha," and then started crying and laughing. So then we went over there, and like we thought it was like just like not really anything, and I told my mom I'll go up and get Chris. So then I went up there and knocked, and then he didn't answer, so I left, and then that's when I seen him dragging the body by the feet. There's a front door, and then there's a back door. So there's steps that go upstairs from the back door and steps that go up from the front door. And I went up the carpet steps from the back door, and then I knocked on the door, and I think he heard me. And so I heard footsteps coming up the wooden stairs, so I ran down the carpet stairs.
Well, did he look like he might be dangerous to other people, or just do you think he was just dangerous to his girlfriend?
No, because, well, at the time, because he was like in a mood, he seemed dangerous, but otherwise he's like really nice, funny, and not smart.
Doesn't really have a history of violence so much, or does he? Have you heard?
He does when he gets like in those moods, but he has it really bad, so people, well not people, but the like voices are always talking to him, and then, so, yeah.
Going back to Hilton,
Yeah.
what was it that you told us that Aaron did at 1 o'clock?
Oh, he called, no, before he called and said that I just killed her or whatever, he called and asked Hilton to borrow his truck. And so I think that when I walked in there, I like ruined his plan to go take her outside.
He was dragging her down the steps, kind of out of the apartment when you walked in, and he kind of gave up on that when he saw you.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if he saw me because he didn't look up. But
You might have heard
He heard footsteps, so he maybe abandoned that plan. So he had asked. He asked the apartment manager if he could borrow a truck at 1 o'clock in the morning, roughly.
Yeah, and he said no.
And the apartment manager said no, and he didn't even have any idea what it would have been for anyway. But he turned it down, so that plan wasn't going to work too well.
Yeah, and then he ended up calling him saying, no, I just killed my girlfriend.
Called him back later, called Hilton back later and said, I just killed my girlfriend.
Yeah. And then we were at the police station and you could like see into the room that Aaron was in and he looked fine, like he didn't remember what he did.
Really?
Yeah, because schizophrenia, you don't remember a lot of things that you do.
Right. Well, someone's probably reminded him by now. Sarah?
Yeah, she has a 14-year-old daughter who lives in California.
Oh, that's sad. Very sad.